Boomer Sooner, baby. We took care of business last week, just like I said we would, against Florida State. Those are the kind of games us Sooners live for. The rest of what happened in college football to me doesn't really matter. What mattered last week was OU beating Florida State. Tough ball game, but I tell you what, Landry Jones, who I said who had the medal this year, showed it. Coming back in the fourth quarter with that great pass to Steele. Of course, that was a great catch by Steele, and Bob Stoops admitted that as well. But regardless, he led the team down. They took the lead, and then we all had to sweating, bullets on that kick by Jimmy Stevens, who basically kicked it so low that it would have been blocked by a dude's face mask if they would have been like bull rushing right up the middle. But that doesn't matter. We took care of business. We won by 10 points, 23-13. From now on, they can't say that Bob Stoops doesn't win a big game on the road. He beat a top 5 team on the road in Tallahassee, tough place to play, and so we put that to rest. Next on the agenda, of course, we things like the A&M game at home. I really feel like that's going to be the toughest game, but we'll get into that later, and we'll get into the preview later. Right now, it's a recap of the game. I know the big thing on the board was Ward's hit on the fumble on the goal line. Personally, I've said it before, whether I'm wrong or not, I don't think it was an illegal hit. I think it was just a tough play. They knocked the kid out, and the ref threw the flag about 3 or 4 seconds late. And so to me, that was a legal hit. I know some of you guys feel it was legal. I don't feel it, but that's okay. I can understand where your point is. They're making emphasis on hitting people high, even though to me it looked like Ward hit him with his shoulder pad, right on the shoulder pad, knocked the kid's shoulder pads up into the helmet, and knocked the kid out. But it looked so bad the way the kid fell that they threw the flag. And so I'm wondering if any kid gets knocked out, that the ref's going to automatically throw the flag, even if you're close or to the head or not. So, well, that was a big issue on the board. I obviously have stood firm that I think that it was an illegal hit. Another big thing on the board was the play calling of Josh in the red zone. Personally, I think it's like Stoops said, the execution was off. They missed some key blocks, there's no doubt about that. But I also think that Florida State did some things. I've rewatched a couple of the plays, and Florida State did some interesting stunts there on the goal line as well, which I think caught us off by surprise. And that's good for us, because then we're going to have to prepare for that later on, that we can't just try to run it up the gut. Maybe we will have to do more play action, not because the play action would work better, but because the other teams may be stunning. They may not be playing a base goal line defense, and Florida State definitely wasn't. So that was smart on Florida State. Josh will learn. Am I upset about his play calling in the red zone? No, not really. He's learning on the job. It's his first year to really do it, and yeah, it's tough. You got to hit the ground running when you're the OC at OU. But I think he did an overall good job. He kept us, if anything, we threw the one deep pass that got intercepted, and we went away from throwing the little things to Ryan to get some things going. But other than that, I didn't think we used the tight end enough. But you know what? I don't know what's going on in the discussion that they were setting up for later in the game, because they were obviously setting up the Kenny Steele's play for the touchdown. So when you're in a tight game like that on the road, maybe it's probably better to be conservative. It may not be. We may not like it. We may scream at the TV because we're not doing enough in the red zone. But I think on the road like that, when you have the game in control, perhaps that's the best way. Now it bit us in the foot because they made a lucky play and scored a touchdown. And hats off to that kid for coming in. I'll give him credit, but that was kind of a lucky play. There were like 3 guys around the kid, and he somehow got the ball, and he was able to score a touchdown. Obviously, Harris has got to play the man and the ball, not just the ball, because he was going to try to play for the interception. So he'll improve, and actually the defense looks awesome. And it was lovely to see Travis Lewis back. He played a great game. Overall, the Sooners played a great game. Hey, it's a victory. You beat the top 5 team on the road early in September like that. That is a great win. And so as for us Boomer Sooners, that's all, for the recap today. I'm just very happy that we got that win on the road. Another week, we're number 1. We got Missouri coming up. I'll get the preview later tonight, and we'll break down what was happening with Missouri. Very experienced team. They're going to be tough. Secondary, though, that's where OU's going to take advantage of. Their secondary is weak. But their front seven's good, and they got a bunch of guys back on offense. Their offensive line's back, but we'll talk more about that tonight. As it is, 23-13. OU's number 1. Boomer Sooner baby. Number 8 is on the way.